Let's start this bulletin with some big news that's coming in right now in connection to the Arjikar rape and murder case. A big setback coming in right now for the victims' parents. Now, the Supreme Court has refused to re-examine the plea for a reprobe. Now, the lawyer for the parents has withdrawn the plea. The parents clearly said that Sanjay Roy is not the only person accused. The parents also demanded that the co-conspirators should also be arrested. The parents said that the co-conspirators have not been arrested. This is an incomplete probe, but the Supreme Court refused to examine the plea for a reprobe. Remember, there had been demands coming in from across the nation that the quantum of punishment that had been handed out for the monstrous act, the Arjikar rape and murder case, life sentence was just not enough, and a capital punishment would have done justice. This was the demand coming in from multiple quarters from across the nation. The parents of the victims also had said that they don't want any sort of a compensation. All they want is justice and every single person involved to face the law. However, only Sanjay Roy was sentenced to life imprisonment, and clearly the Supreme Court has now refused to examine the plea for a reprobe. So clearly a massive setback coming in from the parents of the victims. Now, as of now, the Supreme Court has refused to examine the plea for a re-examination, a reprobe of the entire case. My colleague Harish, I believe, joins me on the broadcast to get us more details on this. Harish, now a big setback there for the parents of the victims. Give us an understanding as to why exactly did the Supreme Court here refuse to examine the plea for a re-investigation?
Yes, actually, it's a setback for victims. Supreme Court has refused to examine the plea for reprobe or additional probe for now. The lawyers for parents have withdrawn the plea. Victims' parents have been given liberty to amend the prayers and file this plea afresh. This was after the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta for CBI told Supreme Court that parents' plea will only now help the convict. Remember, the parents have submitted that reprobe, additional probe is required as Sanjay Roy is not the only accused. There are others too, abettors, conspirators not arrested, and those who harbored and shielded Sanjay Roy is also not arrested. At this juncture, Supreme Court warned the parents' lawyer to be careful with the submissions of the affidavit before the court, as there is already a conviction order now in the case. Therefore, the Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna found merit in the argument of CBI that such prayer will only help the convict who will be filing appeal against his life sentence. Saying that he is not the only accused, there are other co-conspirators also. His parents also told the Supreme Court that investigation is half done as others involved in the crime are roaming free, and administration has been shielding several others involved in the crime. But as of now, Supreme Court said it's not inclined to admit this application and asked the lawyer for the parents to redraft the application and file it afresh later. As of now, no date or next date of hearing has been announced.
Absolutely, Harish, do stay on with us as we are tracking another big news that's coming in from the Supreme Court now, the hearing on triple